It's Sunday night and you're about to watch Tarot Nice to Meet You, the show featuring live tarot reading for comedians by, other comedians. Here are your hosts, Carly Smallman and Sarah Isles.
Tarot! Thank you so much for bearing with us. Apologies that we started a few minutes late. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Tarot Nice to Meet You. My name is Carly and this, yes, I got the direction right. This is Sarah. And we are your hosts. We are here to read some tarot for a wonderful, hilarious guest that we have coming up and to chat to you and make your Sunday night feel a little bit brighter during lockdown. Please, yes, say hello. Let us know who you are, where you are, how you are, what you're doing. We have no lives now, so we'd love to hear more about yours. Sarah, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Obviously, we had the fun manifestation show on Thursday with the full moon, which was great. So I was expecting, obviously, I was trying to manifest a real decent man into the universe.
Have you had any luck with your spells so far?
Well, yes, there was a guy who watched the show who then casually slid into my DMs afterwards. And very attractive guy, and we were chatting away, and then I think I told you he then asked if I would send a picture of my teeth.
Yeah, which made me think that it was like someone buying a horse. Like,
yes,
could you send me some of your teeth before I buy you and race you? Like,
yeah, it was very curious. I mean, obviously, I bounced away and was like, yeah, sure. Do you want me to get my full-on dental records? Do you want the X-rays? You know, what's going on? And then obviously, when we mentioned it to a mutual friend of ours, she was like, oh, well, that would be great if he wants to murder you, isn't it? So that they can identify you by your dental records.
So your spell is really working, Sarah. Hi, Katie Ann.
Yeah, so
you joined him just at the right moment.
I blocked him, basically, because it got weirder from there. So he's now... So I don't think I have managed to manifest the right person yet. How about you? Any news on yours?
I feel like my spell, so my spell, for those of you who missed our spellcasting show, was to basically protect myself from absorbing the negative energy of other people. I think I think it's going well. Even though I've had some like negativity happening around me, I feel like it's kind of stayed on the outside of my protective barrier. But maybe that's just because I'm really fucking hanging today. I had a party for one last night. So, I mean, someone could literally be calling me a cunt to my face and screaming, and I'd probably be like, la 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 la.
Too hungover to care. Too hungover
exactly.
to care.
What negative energy? Yeah, I'm a cunt. That's fine.
Amazing.
Sarah, yeah, kind of. Well, let's watch this space. Let us know in the comments if you did cast one of a spell with us. Then let us know how yours is coming along. My parents both actually did some manifestation for work stuff, and as you know, Sarah, you probably don't know watching at home, my parents are actors, and they've got an audition together. And they did the spell together, which that's never happened before. Yeah.
So okay, that's really positive.
I'm not going to say that we're witches, but like we
are.
Like magic happens around us, and we create
it. Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's not that we create it; it just happens, and we happen to be around at the time. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Sarah, shall I pull you a card for the week, my darling?
Please, go for it, my love.
I'll shuffle. You say when.
When?
Ooh. Oh, Sarah. I've got a funny feeling that one of your childhood friends might get in touch, or that you should get in touch with someone from your past. This card is the Six of Cups. This is the card of nostalgia, of looking back into the past, of childhood friendships, and that kind of feeling of like that sort of like warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you think back to like some cool stuff when you were a kid. But also on the negative side, it can also be that kind of like rose-tinted glasses, being like, don't look back on the past and think it was all fucking smashing because it was just the same as now. You had your problems. So there we go. I wonder what's going to happen with this, babe. I wonder if someone's going to come in from your past. Maybe a man from the past is going to come in and fulfill the spell. Sorry, I'm overexcited.
I don't think they can. I think I've blocked them all from the past.
Oh well.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Good boundaries, though. Yes, please. Good, healthy boundaries. Now, last week I had the devil, which was all about my addictions, and here I am hungover. So that went well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you handled those addictions real well this week for the advice of the week.
Really handled it, yeah.
You'll probably just get the devil again.
Yeah.
So there's one poking out. I'm going to do the one that's poking out.
Stoppity stop.
Oh, So it's the Three of Pentacles. I really love this card. So obviously this is a great card because it's about sort of like collaboration and teamwork. So as you can see, there's these three, I think it's like architects that are consulting with someone who's just parading on a bench outside a cathedral. And it's all about sort of like working with others and maybe getting advice from others and doing something creative together. But the most important thing about this is about seeking advice from people that are potentially outside of, say, like your common career and people that you would normally go to, and just be open for advice and things from outside of those realms. So this is quite a positive one. This is a very creative one for you this week. So you're going to be doing
last week. Last week was like you were
week.
an addict, and this week is like maybe you need help from friends. I'm sensing a theme.
Why didn't you meet up with your other alcoholic friends?
Yeah. Lovely friends, my tarot friends who are watching. We're going to bring on our guest in a second, but as always, we are going to be doing live tarot readings for you watching at home. So if you'd like us to pull a card for you, then please either ask a specific question in the comments box of where you're watching, or if you just want us to pull you a random card like Sarah and I have just done and give you some advice for the week, please just type in like, please can I have a random card? I think we should get our fabulous guest on. We're very lucky this week. Our guest is one of the comedians on the circuit who I find the very fucking funniest. She's absolutely brilliant. Her name is Dana Alexander. Very funny lady. Dana, tarot, welcome to the show.
Hey ladies, how you doing?
We're good. Tarot, darling, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I mean, as fantastic as you can be because I'm not dead from COVID. Hey.
I know. Isn't it such a bonus every week? Every week that we're not on a ventilator feels like a miracle. How are you surviving lockdown, babe? What are your top tips?
I have a pressure cooker. I got a hula hoop. I got a boyfriend. I clean. I try new recipes. And I have 2 weekly shows, which really helps the sanity.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my god, I love this. I was going to say tell me more about the pressure cooker, but let's skip straight to the boyfriend.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to do the pressure cooker as well, and then it was like,
I know. How sad are we now that we're like, this pressure cooker? Forget the boyfriend. Tell me more about the pressure cooker.
Well, you know that shit will last.
Yeah, exactly. A pressure cooker can never break your heart.
It can, but not as hard.
No, exactly. Though Dana actually is a very good cook. She posts some very good cooking and like recipe stuff on her Instagram. You should all follow her. Absolutely should. And in fact, some of Dana's live shows that she's doing, her live streams are scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So definitely check her out. Right, Dana, my darling, let's crack on with the show. We're going to do our first round. I'm going to keep calling them rounds like this is a game until I fucking no, this is happening. It's the first round of the show. Yeah. Cool. Thank you for putting the graphic up. Jim was like, stop calling it a round. Put the fucking title up. Brief Encounters, which is where we ask our fabulous guest to tell us about something kind of either spooky or magical or coincidental, or just because I love these stories. Dana, I can tell by your hand rubbing, you've got a fucking good one.
I can't wait.
Yes, and sadly, it's not my story firsthand, but it is my cousin. It was a story from when she used to live in Jamaica. And I guess there was a man that lived across the street who was physically abusing his wife constantly. Like the whole neighborhood heard her screams all the time. So Aina's mother, as you do, went over and told him if the screams don't stop, she's going to beat the fuck out of him. She was 6'1". And it was so strange. All of a sudden, the screams stopped for a long time. And then this smell started to permeate from the house. What do you want to know? This man tried to bury this woman in the dug up his own kitchen. If you know Jamaican houses, you know this is possible, and bury his wife. Basically, the whole neighborhood found out that he had killed his wife, and I think they killed him or some craziness. But anyways, long story short, before this woman died, she asked my cousin's mother how she could get her mango tree to bear fruit because her tree was completely barren. So Aina's mom gave her a couple of tips, but the funniest thing is as soon as she died, the mango tree just started going crazy. Like it was bearing fruit like nobody else's business. If you know Jamaican kids, they can smell that from down the block. They were in this yard. Now, Aina's other cousin used to make fun of this woman because everybody knew she was being, it's so terrible, abused by her husband. He says, that woman, she let her husband beat her. And you know what I mean? And Aina's sister, my other cousin, Teresa, was like, you can't speak ill of the dead. How are we going to? They were actually in the woman's yard, sitting on a fence. as this man was cussing this dead woman's for being beaten by her husband and eating the mangoes off of her tree, like some little piece of wind caught him. I'm not even playing. He fell off the fence and he fell into a spike, and the spike took his eye out.
Oh, fuck!
I think this is probably the most violent brief encounter.
This is the most dramatic. I would say the most dramatic. This is like something out of a movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, girl, don't speak ill of the dead.
No, yeah, you'll get a spike to the eye.
Especially if you're eating their mangoes down in
their
that's
really
really insensitive and rude, to be honest.
I'd love to uncover the mystery of the mango tree. That makes me feel like. Do you think that means she's like at peace eating mangoes somewhere?
That story sounded so wild to me. I don't know what that means. But I will say I saw the picture of her cousin with the eye patch. So it's not supposed to. Yeah, like he lost his eye. He's still alive and his eye is gone.
Sorry, it's not funny.
Yeah, that is an insane story. I mean, the thing is, though, I don't think she was at peace, because otherwise she wouldn't be killing.
And the mango tree, though, isn't that interesting?
That is.
As soon as she died, the mango tree just started going crazy.
Wow. I mean, that is some mad shit. I like to think that if I was a ghost and if people were cussing me down, I would have the not give a fuck attitude enough to spike someone that I know in the eye.
I think
I'm too kind to take an eye. I'm too kind.
Yeah,
I take anything else. I make you drop like a 20 in the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I feel like if someone in life, if people like being mean about me and I can hear them, I kind of just sit there and go, okay, then I'll think about this for 4 years and just replay around and around in my head. And I worry that in the next life, I will probably just be doing the same steps instead of being like, oh, I'll just think about this for days. I'll be like, okay, that's the next 2,000 years sorted. I'll just get really aggy about them saying some shit about me. Whereas I feel, Sarah, you could take an eye, I think. I think if someone says something nasty. Oh, would you?
Yeah, I'll take them. I'll probably take a leg as well. I'll probably take an eye and a leg, opposite sides, just so that they run.
So that hot back home, like
yeah, full pirate, egg and a pirate.
Maybe they could have. Maybe they could have a parrot. Maybe they can't have a parrot. It depends. Maybe I don't think they should have any friends. Maybe no parrot. We'll see.
Wow. What if they tried to get a parrot? You're just going to kill all their parrots until they give up?
Yeah, I mean, if a mango accidentally swipes out the parrot and kills that as well, that's just an accident, isn't it?
Well, I'm glad we have. Wow, Dana, that is a fucking mad story, though. As you'd say, that is a fucking mad story.
That's insane. Yeah.
Let's draw cards. Let's draw some cards for you, my love. So, for those of you who are new to the show, what we're going to do is we're going to pull 3 cards for Dana to give her advice for the week ahead. And what we're going to do is we are going to read the cards upright only. There will be no reversals on this show. So, Dana, we want you to like chime in here. Like, don't like. There's no room on this show for like, you know, like sometimes when you get like a fortune told, you kind of just sit. I do this. I like sit there in silence and try to have like a blank face. But obviously, this is for entertainment's purpose. Have you ever had your cards read before, my darling?
Girl, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, but like all of my friends that are female practice witchcraft.
So your friends are fucking legends.
Yes.
Great. Wonderful.
Amazing.
Friend.
Amazing.
Everyone.
Yeah, that friend of the show. Have you ever done a spell or anything like that, Dana?
Yes, I did actually on election day in the US. I have a Trump voodoo doll. I'm not even playing. I do have a Trump voodoo doll with a pin directly in his knee for the knee he should be taking.
Fuck yes! I love this.
That's what I gotta say. Girl, let me tell you this. Voodoo works if you work it.
Yeah, I love
It works if you work it. Oh my God.
Wow. The only thing for me with voodoo is it involves a lot of arts and crafts, which I struggle with. I feel like to make
I ordered it online. I ordered it online.
Voodoo doll.
Oh, you can just order.
I ordered it online.
I have a voodoo doll. Yeah, you can order them online.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Am I the last person to the voodoo party? You have a voodoo doll, Sarah.
Yeah,
Voodoo works if you work it, girl.
I got it 10 years ago, but I've never used it. I've come close, But I think because I've always wanted to use it for pure evil, I decided against it.
I just snotted. Snot just came out my nose. What am I finding out about my friends?
I've not. I mean, whereas what Dana's done is Dana has used it for the greater good. That's the thing. It wasn't a selfish act. It was something that was needed for everyone. Whereas I would just want to pop off someone that pissed me off at work, you know. And just take one leg and one eye.
I think the president.
I thought of spells to do too. Like I wanted to like give him a gay accent. Or like make him dance like he was a gay man every time he tried to move, you know, like just something. Like I know this sounds terrible.
Oh my god, can you imagine if he starts speaking with a really gay accent now, we'll be like, yep.
Yeah.
Dana's got his story.
Terrific. It's outstanding.
My 13-year-old niece was telling me the key to a good Donald Trump impression, she was saying this to me today, was to do both hands the same. So when you're talking, you kind of just do both hands the same. It's so like,
that's good. I like that. I like that.
Do both hands the same, and you just kind of talk like that.
That's such a good impression.
Thank you. Do you think I've got a second career? If comedy doesn't work out for me, I'll
definitely. Terrific.
Guys, and it is the most terrific, most definitely really good impression career, better than all the other impression careers.
Super fantastic.
So good. I didn't know I could do that. Anyway, Dana, let's pull your cards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the deck for you, and when you feel the energy from the universe compel you, just say stop. That's how we're going to do it via the old internet. So I'll start shuffling for you, my love.
Stop. Stop.
Stop. Please don't stop. Okay. This is a goodie. This is a goodie. I'm excited for this one. Okay, your first card is one of our very favorite cards. Your first card that you've got is the Ace of Cups. Now, cups are the suit of feelings, emotions, and aces mean basically a new beginning, like starting a new chapter. So the Ace of Cups, you can see there's a hand kind of popping out of nowhere with a cup overflowing with water symbolic of feelings, emotions, the subconscious, and there's a dove on the top, all about sort of peace and harmony. And this card is literally the my cup floweth over with love card. Kind of coming out of nowhere also. I always think of the aces when the hand's kind of coming out of the clouds. It's like the universe is giving you the gift of all of these wonderful positive feelings and emotions. Also, I was reading up this week on the aces. It can also mean that if you know someone who's pregnant, it can be an indication about the personality traits of their child, which this is just a new thing I was reading this week, which I found very interesting. So if any of your friends are pregnant, what this is saying is that the baby that's going to be born is going to be really loving and kind and have great like interpersonal relationship skills. But for you, because this is all about you, this is a good thing. Sarah, do you have anything you want to add? Because I know you quite like this card. You had some good.
I know I do.
5 senses, didn't you? Was it we did this before?
Yeah, it was just because of the 5 streams that are coming out the cup. Because I remember when I was first researching it, I was like, oh, I wonder what all the little bits of the card mean something. And it is just about your 5 senses coming up, and it is just flowing over with love and going back into the universe. So it's just everything. You're just feeling joy and love and happiness on every level. Every senses, everything is enlightened. So it's a real nice one.
I have to say, that sounds kind of accurate because I was spilling out of my bra cup all this morning.
Stop it! Witch! She goes.
I really was. Girl, my cup spilleth over. Okay.
Babe, I'm amazed that you're still wearing bras. Like, bras are so 2010s, you know, like, girl, no one's wearing a bra.
You see my titties? I'm not trying to trip.
I have please. Dana does have a cracking bosom, I have to say. But I'm just going for like basically like crop top now. Like I'm not even doing. I don't think I've worn a bra since they first shut me in my house in March.
Oh, I'm still full bra. I still very much embrace the bra.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yesterday I was making out with my boyfriend, and he didn't know if he was kissing my titty or my shoulder. That's like, oh, girl, just like like living their life. I ain't gotta put a bra on.
Oh wow.
Really bony boob. I love it. Right, let's go on to the next card. And this is really interesting because you have got another ace. This time you have got the Ace of Swords. So I feel like the advice for this week is to look out for opportunities. So when you see an ace coming up, it's like the opportunity for love, the opportunity this time this is all about new ways of communicating. This is about the intellect. This is about your thoughts. So I feel like with these two together, the cards are saying to be open to what the universe is going to give you in terms of new opportunities for your heart and mind. With these two together, it's about sort of opening your heart, opening your mind, being ready for whatever the universe is going to give you. Sarah, do you have anything you want to add?
Like a sale at Tesco's, maybe.
Oh, that is a big one.
That's
what
can happen. Everything's closed. Like,
I'm so pathetic now. Like anything that like happens, I'm like, ugh. Like literally, Garnier brought out this like fucking £5 hair mask a few weeks ago that supposedly plumps your hair, and I've got really fine hair. I was talking about that for about 3 weeks before I finally went to Superdrug to get it. I then was basically carrying it around our local area for ages, like walking my dog. And now I'm talking about a fucking tarot show. So that's how empty all of our lives are. I feel like that is a prime example of the nothing.
Sounds like you need a pressure cooker, girl.
Oh my God. I dream.
Voodoo doll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A pressure cooker or a voodoo doll. No, but this is a really good card, Dana. This is good. This is also about sort of victory.
And like a breakthrough. Like it could be like a big breakthrough in your thinking. So it could be
like,
that you've got like a new approach to something. Like you haven't really approached it from that kind of viewpoint before, and it's kind of like a woo, and like Carly, like it's something
like approaching comedy from my bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That. Something a new, fresh approach to it. Yes. New fresh approach. Yes, 100%.
I have to say, I do love doing the comedy. Like, I feel like whenever I do these, I'm sort of all sort of party on the top, and then I'm like wearing like granny slippers. Like it's.
I have cheetah print boots that I wear around the house that are slippers. Don't even start me, girl.
Oh, fabulous! You've gone full drag race. You're embracing it.
Wow. Yeah.
I love it. Right, should we go to the last card? Oh, happy. What did I say?
That's literally the embodiment of the Ace of Cups.
Yeah, happy joy. Hi. Hello to you too. Wow, I feel like our viewers are getting better and better names.
Yeah, they are. No pressure on newbies. No pressure there.
No pressure newbies. Like, if you've got a shit name. Okay, so the last card. Sarah, do you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure.
The Nine of Wands.
Ah, okay, yeah. So as you can see from this picture, is the guy looks like he's really been through the wars. Don't look at Carly's face. Yeah, he basically looks like he's been dealing with that face. So bless him, he's really in the wars. He's got the bandage around his head, and he's guarding everything, and he's exhausted and he's tired. And it's all about sort of perseverance. And basically, the 9 is coming up obviously close to the 10, and the 10 in the tarot deck is like the endings or the completion of a cycle. So this is basically telling you to persevere with what you've been going through and keep going. You're almost at the end. I know you're tired. I know you feel fed up, and it's just you've been through the serious wars, but it is coming to a close now. So it's kind of like a nice completion kind of thing there, but you're just not there yet. You've just got to carry on.
You're just kind of exhausted and feel fucked. This guy's just like, he's exhausted. He feels fucked, but like it won't last forever.
He's still and guard. Yeah.
And this sounds like my boyfriend's card. Poor thing.
Oh, so Dana, I love how you've got a boyfriend. How are you finding lockdown? Are you locked down together, the two of you?
Yeah, we are locked down together.
How are you finding that?
Do you know what? It's interesting because you feel like a married couple because you like are always in each other's face. But the good thing is he like his apartment's just around the corner. So, you know, he can go and chill there. But he doesn't. But like, no, it's actually been really, really nice. I think it's probably kept me from going crazy, basically. But Yeah, some regular D is nice as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I love.
I don't
one of my
know,
favorite
I
things is
assume.
cooking, but also too, he's so lovely. Like he's one of those guys, like always just like, oh, he'll fix the printer. He'll go to the shop for me. He's just like, he's so lovely. Like, and he's just lovely.
Oh, I'm so pleased. I can tell Sarah's feeling triggered.
A little bit tricky.
I know.
It's
It's the same, it's the same
Feel
week.
any better. I was single for 10 years.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel better. Thank
She
you.
deserves
Okay.
this. I mean, yeah, Sarah's just feeling triggered because her action this week involved a man asking for photographs of her teeth. So I feel like it's just
She said tits. I was like, yeah.
No, her teeth.
No.
Dana was like, what's wrong with this story? This is perfectly normal. What's she
Yeah,
bitching about?
I mean, I think if he'd have
haven't
asked for my
said it, but
tits,
it's not.
no, I mean, if he'd asked for my tits, I would have just been like, okay, that's what you guys usually ask for. You're not going to get it, but fair enough, you're a normal guy. But to be like, I would like to see your teeth. And when I said no, and then I joked around and was like, do you want to see my dental records? I could get the x-rays from my dentist. And then he was like, yeah, I want to see him. And I was like, are you not even aware that I'm joking? And then I started saying, well, what way is it going to end? You're going to want to see up my nostrils, my earlobes. You know, it's just getting a bit weird. And then he kept on replying, I thought, no, he's strange. Block.
No, very strange, very strange. But I have to say, in defense of this guy, not that I'm defending him because it is fucking weird. Like, if someone didn't have really good teeth, I don't know if I could kiss them. I think I would rather someone like who was like a real cunt and had like lovely teeth than someone who is the nicest guy in the world, but like his teeth were like black. I would just much prefer the nice tooth wanker.
But the difference is he followed me on Instagram and I'm smiling in all of my photos.
Ah, yeah, so he could see your teeth.
The teeth.
He just wanted
So
his
it's
own
like-
personal. Maybe he's got a tooth fetish. I haven't heard of it, but like that could be a thing.
Well, actually, I do remember a friend of mine. She dated a guy who used to like to lick her teeth.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Right.
I caught a guy one time when I was in a hotel. I'm not even joking. I had my gym kit hanging up on the shower. And you know how, like, when you're in the hotel, when the doors open a bit, there's that mirror across?
Yeah.
I caught him inhaling my panties, girl. This Scottish dude, he was like, I was like, oh my God. How do they smell?
Did you pretend it wasn't happening, Dana? Did you just carry on? Or did you call him out? You're like, what are you doing?
I did say something. He's like, I love the smell. He's Scottish. He had no shame. He just was like, he's like, yeah, I love the smell. I love that. I'm like, okay.
Oh, it smells so nice, eh?
And it was so funny because I'm like, because he was really going for that smell. So I was like, let me give him a sniff. Maybe I'm missing something. So I did it. It was disgusting. It was like, gym panties are stinky. I don't know where this guy.
Like, when I undress from the gym, sometimes I'm like, oh God. Like, sometimes I'm appalled. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
And people have to be around this. This is awful. Like, no. I feel like
you can pay for that though, isn't it? In Japan, they have like vending machines where you can buy used women's panties.
Finally, some countries are getting things right.
That's where all the Scots are going to go then.
Road trip to Japan, anyone?
Girl, he was like getting an inhaler. He's like, he went so deep in there too. I was like, damn.
The thing that's so weird about that is like he obviously thought you couldn't see him doing that. So
because the door was a bit ajar, and then the mirror. So I was sitting in the bed looking at the reflection of him in the bathroom. So no, he totally didn't. He took it off the rack and everything.
He went seeking in search of the stinky gym pants.
He went to the toilet. I apologized to him because my gym kit was hanging up, and you don't want to have like a sweaty gym in your luggage. And he just took it off the rack, these panties, and he was like, he went crazy.
Fuck. Do you know what? I love how weird people are sexually. I find it so fascinating. I will never get enough of some of the weird shit that I've either heard of or encountered. My weirdest one was I broke my ankle and was in a plaster cast like a few years ago. And it turns out that is legitimately a fetish. I was posting on Twitter about breaking my ankle, and the hashtag I was using was something like hashtag foot in a cast. I should not have used that. I started getting DMs from all these guys. Hey, Caroline, we're just talking about men with a fetish for women who are helplessly.
Yeah.
This is the thing. So I started getting all these like really pervy, creepy DMs, like not even like nice ones, like, hey, I've got this kind of odd fetish, just like straight in there. One guy sent me a link to some porn of like basically like leg in a cast porn, and it's the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. And I've seen some sick porn in my life. Like this stuff was just a woman in like a plaster cast, like butt naked and like struggling with things, like struggling to like get dressed. Like, oh no, I can't because I'm in a cast. I was like, oh my God, like the whole principle of people being turned on by like like a disabled woman in need who can't manage, and you're just thinking like all these people like, and she's like, I don't know, maybe I related too much at the time because I was finding it difficult to shower, but it was awful.
So how many videos did you make, and how much money did you get from it?
I should have done it. I reckon there's, I mean, I wouldn't say a large market for plaster cast porn, but there's certainly is one, and I didn't know about it. So anyway, if you guys are bored over lockdown, just Google it.
Well, I guess then that's why you weren't so surprised with the teeth thing. That personally upset me, but I could see now why you were none-faced.
Not even bothered. Not even fucking bothered, mate. Nothing. Teeth mean nothing. Anyway, sorry, Dana, we've hijacked your reading. Shall we? Let's just recap the cards, shall we? We'll recap the cards.
Let's do an overview.
So this week, Dana's advice is to remain open to either gifts from the universe or moments or opportunities where she can open her heart and her mind to experience like either brand new ideas or that overflowing feeling of love. And also in terms of just sort of her projects and her sort of actions in life in general, her passions, just this thing of persevere, you'll be okay. You might sort of look a bit like, withered God. And shit. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell. But it does come to an end because you're approaching the end of a cycle whereby you just want to get it out the fucking way. So, Dana, that is your reading. How does that resonate with you?
It resonates. I try to stay open all of the time, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a nice thing to hear. At the end, I mean, when is any of this even going to open? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
girl, you know how crazy I am? I'm just waiting for the gym to open. Never mind my fucking
Same. I might be able to wear my jeans again if I start exercising.
Since September 13th, I've been working. I've done 95 days of workout since September 13th.
Whoa, well done you. I've not done that. I've done 95 days of like a packet of biscuits a day.
Yeah,
so
that's my.
I would say it's also an achievement. No, I have been working out.
It keeps insanity.
It does. I have to say, no, I'm joking around. I have been doing a few home workouts, but mainly I've been walking my dog for fucking miles, like 7-8 kilometers a day. And you know, gets you moving. And also I quite like to stick, anyway, this is very relevant to a fucking tarot show. So I was just going to talk about, like, I really like audiobooks. Anyway, let's move on to the next part of the show.
I'll take over. Don't worry, Carly. You just take a minute and I'll
you introduce this bit then, babe. You take charge of it.
Yeah. So next round, courtesy, before we start talking about Carly's audiobooks and fetish porn. So the next round is one of my favourite rounds. It is who's in the freezer.
Hey! Let me out! It's fucking freezing in here!
Thanks, Jim.
What do you think of that,
so for those of you that are new, or you've only maybe watched the show a couple of times, the freezer is a spell. Now, this is a spell that I was taught by my aunt when I was very young, and I've done it ever since. So the whole freezer spell is basically if there's one particular person who's pissing you off, being a bit of an asshole, or there's just something in general that is upsetting you, and you want to freeze their power. So what you want to do is you want to write it down on a bit of paper, fold it up, put it in an ice cube, obviously fill with water and freeze it, and then you can decant it and then leave it at the back of your freezer in a little bowl of hate, Sarah's little bowl of hate, if you will. So that's how the process of freezer works. Sometimes it can work quite quickly. Sort of Carly and I have done it before, and it's worked within a couple of hours.
Literally, I'm not even joking. Within like 10 minutes, one time when I did it, I put the pest in the freezer, and within 10 minutes, she had texted me to apologize for some behavior that had really upset me. So, there's something to it. But as we know, Sarah's freezer is crammed full of hate. So we're going to have to only pick. We're only going to be able to freeze one. So Sarah and Dana are going to go head to head to find out who's going to make it into the freezer. So Dana, would you like to nominate for the freezer first or second, seeing as you are the guest?
I'll go second, I guess. Yeah.
Fab. Yep. Sarah, who are you going to nominate to freeze this week?
Now, this is a little controversial, and I appreciate this, but this is something that Carly and I both experienced when we were out on one of our walks this week.
I know what you're going to say, because I was ranting about it.
Old people who have now been vaccinated are very fucking brazen. So I don't know if it's just because we're not used to seeing old people anymore, because obviously through the whole pandemic they've been isolating inside. But now that they seem to have been vaccinated, they are getting way too close.
They're so close.
I honestly felt one of them was going to lick my face when I was out for the walk. They are so close. I mean, I know that now they're immune, and I'm very happy.
You think they maybe just want to see, like, get a bit of closeness to people, though, because they've been all like put in their houses for a year.
But we haven't been vaccinated. They could still be very germ ridden, and I just feel like the old people are now Billy Big Bollocks, and I'm glad that finally you're feeling empowered again. But please don't breathe on my face.
Great. So the first nomination is just the elderly.
The elderly. I appreciate this.
It sounds bad when you say it, but there is genuine reason.
Does.
I understand.
And Carly can back me up, because she saw the old people getting.
No, I was getting very upset. I was
very close.
They were like breathing all near me, and I was like, "Mate, you've been vaccinated, and you're still covered in COVID, and I have not been vaccinated, and now you guys have become like the vectors." How the tables have turned. They thought us young'uns were the vectors for transmission. How the tables have turned. But then, to be fair to the old people, when I'm vaccinated, I might do the same. So we've got old people as a nomination. Dana, who would you like to nominate?
Sheltering. Who, for me? Okay, and I guess it is a bit subjective, but like boring comics. Like sometimes like I love my job. I think I'm pretty good at my job, but like I probably shouldn't say this aloud, but like Josh, I'm gonna cook. Okay, I said this, so okay, I won't say it again. But like sometimes I watch comics on TV and stuff, and I'm just like, is this what the fuck I'm supposed to be? Like, when are we gonna get into the entertainment here? I don't understand. Boring comics.
Yep.
I'm so with you on this one. I'm 100%. So with you.
Yes.
So with you on this one. I have to say, sometimes I do watch some comedy and just think, do I understand what comedy is? Because like everything I like is not that, and that seems very popular.
Yeah, I think
in Britain,
I think people want stuff that's not funny, but that is funny. So we're watching it, and they're like, "Yeah, this is funny," and I'm like, "But I don't find that funny." And all the comics that I love on the circuit are, in my opinion, funny, but they're not on that. So that I think that if you're funny, you're not on TV.
It's like the Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's just like everybody's sitting there laughing, and it's like, bitch, what? Are you fucking serious right now? Like, can we get serious about this? Like, I wouldn't mind, like, I'm happy with where I am, don't get me wrong. But like, I would rather be beaten by exciting, talented people.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Agreed.
If I was,
I'm with you on that. So these are nominations for the freezer. Audience, please leave a comment in the chat box. Who can we put in Sarah's freezer this week? Old people who have been vaccinated, or boring comedians who, for some reason, everyone else thinks are hilarious? Please cast your votes. Let's find out. Have any of you requested a card this week? Jim? Stephen Geary. Now, actually, Stephen follows me on Instagram, and he cast a spell with us. He messaged me today. So thank you for joining in with that, Stephen. He DM'd me to say that he had cast a spell. I was like, yes, men casting spells. We're finally taking over, witches. Sarah, do you want to draw a card for Stephen? Or?
Yeah, I can do that. Yep, just a generic one. I think actually
generic one.
We've done one. He's a regular, luckily, and so he comes up and we have like a card a week, which is really nice. Okay, here we go. Oh, all right. what number is that? So that's the 7. There you go. It's the 7 of Pentacles. So
That keeps coming up at the moment for people.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had that. We definitely had that last week, I think. So this is basically you looking at the fruits of your labor and sort of just pondering on it. It's like an investment. So it's about money, but it's basically a reminder of the day that you plant the seed. It's not the day that you eat the fruit. So it's like you're obviously invested in stuff and you're waiting for money to manifest and you're waiting for those investments and you're kind of looking at it and maybe, I don't know, feeling a bit frustrated. So it's mainly just an advice card of persevering, of in that it is there and it is coming, but it's just not quite there yet. And you've just got to wait. But just obviously be aware that the money is coming. But again, it's not the day that you're going to eat the fruit. Hopefully that.
Dana, anything you want to add to this? I always like to go out to our comics. Anything you want to add to Stephen?
I mean, I think I'm a queen of the long game. Do you know what I mean? So I think, yes, all good things come to those who wait. And also too, nothing comes to people who are just a little bit too thirsty or eager. Chill out.
Yes, I agree with this. If you're too keen, you repel stuff. Like you repel the energy of stuff if you want
like
it
when you're
badly.
dating and you're like,
oh, also with anything.
And you're
but
like,
also, if you want it too badly, like even in comedy, I've seen people who have been great comedians who want it too badly and they pander to people and then they never get what they wanted in the first place. So don't be too thirsty about it.
Or even worse, they get what they wanted, but they weren't prepared for it. Like I remember doing this one gala.
Hello, that was me.
The worst one. You know, when you're in the toilet and the audience comes in and they start chatting shit and they don't know you're in the next stall. So this girl, right after the first TV gig, this woman was in the bathroom and just going on. She's like, "Oh my God, everybody was so funny except that one girl. She was horrible. How did she even get this job?" My girl had to hide in the toilet. And it was so sad because there's so many people who get things because they got a look. And she was definitely one of these girls who got it because she had a look, because there was so many other women who applied that would just kill her on any night. And they literally, even though she had already taped her spot, she came out of the toilet just like black streaks all down her face.
Horrible.
And not even that. That's not even going to be the worst part. The worst part is when it airs and the whole country finds out you suck.
I mean, that did happen to me, Dana, because I was very young and pretty about 10 years ago. And I did some stand-up on the TV and I was so shit. So
You're young and pretty.
Thanks, babe. I was younger and prettier, I should say. Yeah, well,
I met you 10 years ago.
Got the same face.
I met you 10 years ago. You look very similar to then. I don't see
Thank you, babe. Thank you. But I do empathize with these comedians that aren't ready, because that was kind of me at one point, and now look at me. I've got my tarot empire.
They like to give you the goodies here. Like it was really embarrassing. Like I feel bad sometimes when I see people that are so thirsty, but it's like people are so interested in being famous and they're not interested in being talented or good. Yeah. Like it's so sad. It's sad for our industry because people start to get confused about like what real, like hard, wicked stand-up is, you know?
Yeah. I think we're going to see a resurgence of it all actually after this, where people are just like coming out of the house and just going to fucking give it their all. I really hope that we get some exciting comedy coming through. Jim, any more card readings? Katie Ann, yes, of course you can have a card. I like that we're getting all these generic cards. I'll do yours, Katie Ann. I've got my little way that I like to do it. I like to cut the deck. Oh, interesting. Okay. Katie Ann, oh, you've got my favorite cards. Here we go. You have got the Two of Cups. Now, Katie Ann, this is what I like to call the soulmate card. So these are two people giving and receiving their true feelings. Whether this is a card about romance, maybe a new romance, maybe a continuing romance. If you're in a relationship, it's asking you to focus on that person. But sometimes this is a card of friendship as well. And the kind of love that they share, they're sharing these cups. It's all like lovely, lush green landscape. But the love that they share is a healing love and a strong love, as you can see from this line. And is it the caduceus that Hermes had, because I'm a classic student and I don't get laid. But this is a really positive one. It's saying that either this is coming to you or you already have it, and be living in gratitude and appreciation. Anything anyone wants to add on that?
It could be masturbation.
That brings strength. Yes,
that brings strength and healing. Masturbate your way to strength.
Listen, you don't know who's isolating alone. Don't give the girl false hope. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
true.
it's
Oh,
her and her number one.
Stephen, I'm glad that fits with your spell. I'm very, very pleased. No, Di, I hope that you get a person and don't just have to wank forever. Katie. Any more? Any more, Jim?
Any more for any more? Any more?
This is why I
Hello.
could be Elisa. Hello, new here. Is it Elisa or Alyssa? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. New here. I would like to know what you see ultimately happening for Jordan and I. When will he contact? Okay, so I'm not very good at doing predictions of time on cards, like giving you specifics, but we could definitely pull a card for the future for you and Jordan. Sarah, do you want to do that one?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we can see what's happening with you and Jordan. I mean, I like it because that's actually one of the most specific requests.
Very specific. I want to get into the juicy gossip about Jordan.
Girl,
leave a comment. Who's Jordan? Give us the story.
Okay, right, here we go.
God, I feel like we've got some responsibility on this now.
Okay.
Stakes are high.
So you've got the devil card. So I don't know if you actually heard us talking about this earlier. So this is the card that Carly got last week. So it's a real strong card. It's a major arcana card. So when it comes to major arcana, these are basically messages from the universe or life lessons. So it's something quite important that you need to listen to. Now with the devil, it's about attachment. And because you are specifically in regards to Jordan, I assume that is your partner or your boyfriend. And it's basically about like an addiction and an unhealthy attachment, but it can also signify that you have really fucking amazing sex.
I mean, can be a sexy card.
Lust, bondage, the hardcore stuff, that
like nasty, really sweaty sex,
nasty, sweaty stuff that people don't admit to having, but we all really enjoy behind closed doors. Some of us not even indoors. So I'm just saying, what I would say is advice for you two is that you're obviously very attached to each other, but I'm not sure about how healthy it is, whether it feels like it's an addiction and it's an obsession rather than it being like a healthy, like the Two of Cups card where, you know, you come together and you make yourself stronger by being a couple. I think that this could have a tendency to say that there's some unhealthy parts happening within the relationship.
This will come up often in relationship spreads for people who are either in like either a toxic or quite codependent relationship. And the thing you need to work on is, as Sarah's saying, this kind of there's something wrong with the attachment between the two people.
Yes.
Whether it's either something, there's many things. It could be like an abusive situation. It could be like just that the relationship is not good for you. But it could also be that you have an over dependency, that you feel like the card literally chained together and bound to each other. But that's not what a healthy relationship is. A healthy relationship is where you can you're both two separate people. You're not tied together. You're two separate people choosing to be together. So that's not to say that the future is looking bleak for you and Jordan. That is to say, just watch out and be aware of how things are. Dana, ad girl, add the story.
Or it could be some demon dick, girl. Keep it going.
Yeah. Or it could it could be that you and Jordan are just going to fuck it out. That's what it could be. You and Jordan are going to fuck it out. And
ding, ding.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a great outcome for anybody. If I got the devil in regards to like having sex, I would be very fucking excited.
Do you remember when you did the show? Oh my God, the devil card. No, and it is. I remember getting the devil card and Carly saying to me, "You're going to have the best sex of your life this week." I was like, "Shut up!" And then I did, and it was
she's
was
a
the
witch!
devil, and it wasn't. I mean, devil card
again, but also the emotional side in that situation again wasn't good.
Oh, it wasn't great at all. No.
But the devil D was really. I mean, she's still talking about it to this day.
I still talk about it to this day.
Demon dick, give it up.
Yes, I love that. So you and Jordan. Jordan's got a brilliant penis. Is all we can say to you there, Elisa. Any more, Jim? Oh wow, we've got loads. Emma, I would like a card as I'm going against the Nine of Swords and thinking of moving away. Yes, I saw this. You've this Emma's messaged in before. She thinking of moving away, leaving last week's unfinished business behind, putting a house offer in tomorrow, unless you really object. Oh well, Emma. Like, firstly, can I just say, don't choose to put in house offers or not based on us.
These are advice cards. They don't. Yeah.
We're literally fantasizing about demon dick, honey, but we can give you a reading. Right. See what we've got for you. God, I feel the pressure on this one. God, there's so much pressure tonight. We have got a good card. We've got the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, he is there. So pages are often messenger cards, or they can represent people. But I feel like in this instance, because you're asking specifically about moving, I feel like this is a positive energy associated with this card, and that if you do choose to move, something positive and unexpected will happen. You can see the little fish is popping out the cup. You expect water to be in there because obviously it's a cup, it's going to be full of water, and it's all about water and emotions in this suit. But a little fish is popping out instead, being like, hey there. So, I'm a fish actually, sorry. So I feel like if you do choose to move, something good and unexpected might happen for you. Anyone wants to add to that?
That's spot on for me.
Excellent
Or
stuff.
maybe you can buy 9 cups. Like, I've seen some sales.
Yeah, buy some cups and some fish. You could buy a fish, maybe. Buy a fish for the new home. Yeah, get some fish for your new house, honey, and congratulations. Fingers crossed that you exchange and all that good shit. I think we have one more. We have one more. For Steph. Can Steph have a card, please, Sarah?
Yeah, absolutely. She will indeed, Carly. Right, so Steph.
Felt really professional when I said that. Can Steph have a card instead of just ranting on about penises? Yeah.
This is, I mean, it is swords, but we're not talking about penis. So this one, so this is the 4 of Swords. I actually don't think we've had this on the show yet.
Not on the show, and I love this card.
Yeah, it's a really nice card. It's basically, I mean, I'm not sure where you are in your life, but this is kind of the card of like recuperation and rest, and just actually, I feel like this is the card of telling you to stop. So basically stop everything that you're doing and just have some time to recharge, recoup, and just be exactly like the person in this picture. You're just laying down, you're just thinking about...
Not exactly, because he's like a sarcophagus, but like chilled out.
Yeah, so basically just have some meditation time and just take stock of everything. And rather than feel like there's no action, there's nothing crazy going on here, it's just about you taking some time out.
Absolutely. Take time out.
That's what you need.
The calming and easing of the mind is that one. So just take some time for yourself and chill the fuck out. Jim, do we have a winner on the freezer? I know that's what everyone's waiting for with bated breath. Oh, wow.
Bye-bye, old people.
Our viewers are really fucking brutal. Like, there's no fucking around on Tara. Nice to meet you. Like, some of the people they put in the freezer are actually quite shocking on this show, and that's why I love it.
And I'm always worried because I think, oh, maybe I've gone too far this week, and everyone goes, no, Sarah, freeze them.
Yeah, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased, Dana. I can only apologize that your entry did not make the freezer, but you can do it yourself at home. As Sarah described, you can cast a little spell and just freeze that shit. Just freeze.
Girl, I'm
that
getting a whole
shit.
tray. I got like 12 things to freeze.
Fabulous. And I have to say, it fucking does work.
Sometimes
So
it takes a little bit longer than others, but it does work.
it does.
Okay, I'm on it.
Get on that. Dana, before we go, and can I say thank you so much? You've been such an amazing guest. I always love hanging out with Dana, whether it's in a comedy club or just having a chill and some lunch or on the fucking internet doing tarot together. I always love hanging out with Dana. So Dana, do you have anything you would like to plug? I know you have some online shows. Where can people find you?
I do. I have 2 weekly shows, both at 8 o'clock, one on Monday, one on Wednesday. The show on Monday is a RuPaul's Drag Race Shantae You Stay at Home. It's a tournament quiz that we will be running for the duration of Drag Race. As you know, the UK and the US seasons have started. And my second show is on Wednesday at 8, which actually Carly is going to be a guest on. So just make sure you follow
Wednesday
me
night. I'm very excited.
for YouTube. Yeah.
It's going to be good fun. And I actually did see the first episode of Dana's show. It's great. Really, really funny. And she's a fabulous host. So yes, make sure you follow Dana. Check her out. Sorry, I'm like getting like really gross. I've just become disgusting. I'm amazed that I even did this show. How hanging I've been, I have to say. But I feel like my insides are starting to rot. So let's wrap this up. Sarah, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Just my stuff down below. Follow me on Instagram. Please don't ask to see my teeth. I'm not going to show you. I draw the line somewhere. I mean, tits, fine. Teeth, absolutely not. So follow me on Insta.
So yeah, slide into Sarah's DM and ask for a picture of her tits is what she's saying.
I mean, it will still be a no, but you know, it's funny.
But no teeth, because she has fucking standards.
No teeth,
I don't have much to plug. Apart from Wednesday night, I'm going to be on Dana's show. And we are back here on Sunday at 7 o'clock. And our guest is the fabulous Matt Richardson, who is a very lovely guy. So hopefully you can join us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. And Dana, thank you again. Sarah, thank you for being here every week. And we will see you next Sunday at 7. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Tarot Nice to Meet You, which is produced by Comedy Hotspot. See you next Sunday at 7 p.m.